Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about Katseye. I'm pretty sure everybody have heard of them. It's a global girl group that Hybe and Geffen created, and today I really just want to talk about when it comes to how they're coming across now, because I feel like from the beginning of time I always been like wanting to support Katseye. Like I feel like I want to love Katseye. Like I really want to be like, yes, this song is on my playlist with Katseye. They're doing great and all that stuff. Like I really did from the beginning. And I think the thing is with Katseye, the direction that they're heading is very questionable. And I'm kind of wondering, like, is this being done on purpose, or is Hybe and Geffen genuinely hiring people that don't know what they're doing when it comes to Katseye? Because I feel like now Katseye is becoming more of this group that's kind of like, we're questioning their direction. Like we're trying to figure out, are they trying to be serious? Or are they trying to rage bait us and just be funny? Are they just a TikTok group? Are they actually artists? Like, what path are they really trying to come across? I think you could say, I always said from the beginning of time, I felt like Katseye was an experimental group when it came to Hybe and Geffen, just because it's Hybe first, global group, and also is taken after the K-pop system. So if I was like, okay, what is this group really going to look like? Is it going to be like a Fifth Harmony little mix? Because that's what honestly I thought Katseye was going to be, but now I'm like confused, because I'm like, is your audience for kids? Is it for adults? Like, it's getting confused when it comes to their marketing. And like I said, I had high hopes for them. Like when they came out with Touch, they had everybody in the palm of their hand. Like they really did. And I feel like it's one of those things where it's like they really could have used in that moment to really brand towards better music. Because when they first released Debut, I feel like we got mixed reactions. I felt like people kind of thought it was a little bit corny for them to have a song called Debut, which fair, but at the same time I felt like they were playing it safe, which isn't a bad thing for a group that's debuting first. I don't really think that's a bad thing. I think it's actually smart to play it safe, but at the same time it's like, if you're trying to be a big global group, coming out with a song that has everybody talking would be the best bet. But like I said, they came out with Debut and I actually didn't hate it, but I wouldn't say I loved it. I felt like I was very neutral. Like I was in the middle of like, okay, like I'm excited to see, because they had also Mano in the group where I was excited for, because I'm like, yes, finally a group that I feel like have a wide range of representations. Like, I mean, a lot of them are, still have a lot of like half Asian, full Asian and stuff, but like seeing Mano in the group, and I was excited because I'm like, yes, like finally, like a black girl in the group, like yeah. So I was just like excited to see their journey. And then like I didn't really watch Dream Academy, but I saw a lot of clips, so I kind of got a glimpse of everything that was going on. So just seeing their journey leading up to it, not the full thing, but seeing clips of it, I was like, okay, like let me check out the group. And I didn't mind Debut. I thought it was a cute song and stuff. And then I think after that they came out with Touch, if I'm not mistaken. They came out with Touch, which really had like took it off for the group. Like the group, I saw Touch everywhere on TikTok. I was hearing it a lot, like a little too much, but I think that's good when you can get that play where it's like your song is everywhere. And I think that really did well. Like people were excited to see what they had to go about. But I kind of got confused when they went from like Debut to Touch, and then they went to like Gnarly. Like when they released Gnarly, that's when I was started to be like, like what's happening here, like. And I feel like everybody was. And I think the thing about Gnarly that really made people, I guess, be like, okay, the lyrics aren't that great, like a bag of Takis. Like when I heard that, I was like, there is no way that this is real. Like I'm like, there's no way, this has to be like a joke or something. And that's when I kind of felt like they were kind of like doing like TikTok stuff, because I'm like, that's something I would come across on TikTok. Come to find out, I think it was from a TikToker that gave it to him, because TikToker was like Party in the Hollywood Hills, like at the beginning, like the beginning part of Gnarly. But whatever. So yeah, I was like, okay, like the only thing I did like the beat of Gnarly. The dance, one thing about Katseye, I'm gonna be honest, their dances are very catchy. Like that's the thing about them that I feel like really holds the audience attention is their dances. Like everybody really fall in love with their dances because I feel like it's very catchy, and also it's not that hard to do. Like it's, I feel like the easier the dance is, the, you know, more that people could be like, okay, like let me join, like let me tune into this group, let me do the dance. Like, so that's one thing I really will say, like their dances are very, very catchy. So I feel like that's what saved Gnarly, because when everybody heard, like I think it was like leaked with Gnarly and Pinky's Up, when the song was leaked, people was like, there is no way. There was like, this is not the song. There was like, this is AI, it's a joke. Come to find out, it really was the song. But you know, like I said, and that's when like Gnarly really had me questioning, like what direction are they heading in? Like are they heading in the right direction or the wrong direction? Like what is happening? Like how do we go from such like songs that I could get behind to songs now it's like, okay, I'm starting to question. Because they also had Game Boy and Gabriella, which I did like. I do like Gabriella a lot, and Game Boy. I definitely like those two the most. Those two definitely have a vibe that I feel like could have taken off if, especially Game Boy, if Hyde would have promoted it way more and a lot, like, you know, just put it out there more. Gabriella, I feel like was promoted a lot. Like their dance videos got a lot of views. I think it's almost at like 200 million. I know it got over 100 mil with the performance video that Mano was not in. Okay, but like I said, I feel like the thing about Katseye, I'm gonna get to that a little bit later with that whole situation where I feel like a lot of people, Katseye is starting to go like downhill in terms of that. But yeah, but back to what I was saying, like Gabriella and Game Boy was good songs, and then we heard Internet Girl, which they released at their tour, and when I heard Eat Zucchini, I was like, okay, we lost the plot for sure. Like, cause how, what in the world would possess somebody to want to like, you know, put Eat Zucchini in the song? It like, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, but like everybody knew what I was saying. Like everybody knows what I'm saying. Everybody was shocked. They was like, what? But you know, it's Katseye, so I feel like, you know, with their dances they can make it work. Like you know, a lot of people did go on TikTok and start doing them, and so, which isn't a bad thing. I think that's good to have that. One thing about Katseye, I feel like the girls really do bring a lot to the group that makes people want to stay in the group and really follow the group because of each one of the girls and what they represent. I really do think that, and stuff, rather than their music, because I don't even think the members take their music seriously. Maybe I could be wrong, but from like judging on it, they may not take it that serious. But yeah, but and I think the thing is what I'm like really like trying to figure out, where you think, oh, Internet Girl, then they come out with their newest song, which was released not too long ago, called Pinky's Up. And yeah, I mean, Pinky's Up, I would say, in my opinion, is better than Internet Girl. Do I think it's the best song ever? No, but I do think when it comes to Eat Zucchini and Pinky's Up, you know, but I'm gonna be honest, it'd be too much going on in their songs with Gnarly, Pinky's Up, and also Internet Girl. It's so much going on where I'm just like, okay, let's pick a beat and stick to it. Let's not be everywhere at once. But yeah, so that came out, and it didn't include Mano, which raised a lot of suspicions. And also when they went to Coachella and Mano wasn't there, knowing that she wanted to be there, all that drama that was happening. And the thing is that I feel like that makes it very messed up is that we haven't gotten any official updates, and I feel like the company is kind of like kind of keeping us hanging to kind of like be talking about the group. But it's like, in all seriousness, it's like, where is she? Like, when is she coming back? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those type of things where it's kind of getting annoying at this point, because like we're trying to figure out like when she's coming back. And like I said, at this point, like I'm not gonna like, I'm just gonna say from my point of view, it's seeming like they're trying to like kick her out the group or push her out the group, like to not include her at all in the their song that they like not too long ago released is kind of like crazy, because I know if I was in a group and I was on a hiatus, and the fact is they released a video, like a video was leaked where she was actually originally supposed to be in it, so they actually went back and re-recorded it to put her out, which I think is raising red flags for me, because it's like, if she's not out the group, why wouldn't you just leave her in it, whether she promotes with them live or not? Why not leave her in it so fans can feel like, okay, she's still a part of the group? Because even at Coachella, not one of the girls mentioned her on the stage to be like, hey, we're a 6-member group. Like, by the way, one of our members on the hiatus, she wanted to be here, but unfortunately she couldn't because she's taking care of herself. It's like, I don't know, I would have felt some type of way if I was still in the group and nobody didn't mention me at Coachella. No, I want to be there. And the thing is, she was there, she was spotted there, she just didn't perform with them, which also raised more red flags, because it's like, why are you at Coachella but you're not performing? And she always wanted to perform. Like, that's the thing, like that was one of her dreams. So to not be able to perform at one of your dreams, I wouldn't want to be in a group after that either, because like, if you made me miss out on something I really wanted to do, I would have been like, I'm out for real. But anyways, yeah, so it was that. So that's when I started to really feel like she might not be coming back. Now, do I know for sure? No, I'm just saying based on what I'm seeing, and the girls not mentioning her on important like interviews and stuff. Like, it's almost like they faded her out because the company told them to fade her out or not speak on her. But I'm like, if she's still actively part of your group, you will want to mention her and be like, hey, we are a 6-member girl group. Like, I don't think it hurts to mention them. And that's why I feel like a lot of the members are receiving backlash, because it's kind of like, y'all say y'all are this sisterhood, but then at the same time, it's like you're excluding one member, whether you're doing it intentionally or not. It's like, when you don't mention somebody that's a part of the group, especially during important times where it's like you're getting this exposure, why wouldn't you want to mention somebody that is a part of your group? Or maybe not anymore. Like, I don't know. Like, that's what I'm saying. We're all still so confused, because it's like Mano is showing signs that she's doing other projects, but then she's not promoting with the group. So it's like, what is this hiatus for? We think it's forced, because it's like she's doing everything but isn't promoting with her group, or even mentioning her group, or even showed up at the Coachella set to watch her group. Like, it was no mention of her. They saw her at other people's sets and not her own, which I feel like speaks louder than anything. But like I said, I don't want to speculate on the members' relationship. I'm just saying, based on what we're seeing, I just feel like I would feel a certain type of way if I was a part of a group and, they didn't mention me or anything, or shout me out. I don't know. Like, I would feel some type of way. So I know she probably feels some type of way. She just can't speak on it, probably. But yeah, that's what I was saying. So it's like all this drama surrounding her and stuff, and then on top of that, it's like you got certain members coming out being shady. Like, Laura has been seen saying shady stuff. She was like, what she say on the interview? It was something like, oh, we choose to show up because we care about each other. It's like she started talking about showing up a lot when, like, since Mano been on the hiatus. And then if you don't know the like full story, it goes back to Dream Academy, where they're like, oh, she's missing rehearsal. But to be honest, like, that was a different thing, because those rehearsals technically weren't mandatory. It was like, but we show up because, like, and it felt very shady. Like, people like, oh, that's some shade we caught and stuff. And it's just one of those type of things where I feel like Laura don't really know where to stop talking. Like, I feel like she's one of those people that say stuff and she thinks it doesn't come across a certain type of way, but it really does. You know what I'm saying? It's like, even when she was caught saying, like, again, she got into another thing where she was like, R&B lacks structure. And it's like, what? R&B is literally rhythm and blues. Like, how does that lack structure? She did come out and clarify. Like, recently, she did come out and clarify and saying, like, she was saying, like, oh, it's just, like, it's so much, something like, it's so much to do with it. But it's just, like, at the same time, it's like, girl, sometimes you gotta learn to zip your mouth. You gotta learn to zip it to be, on the safe side. Like, that's where media training should come in at, where it's like, everything, you gotta watch what you say when you're like hold so much influence. Like, so like I said, that did take people off. But what I'm saying is, like, Katseye like had a lot of other drama and controversies, like also with like Megan and Laura, with Harry, where supposedly they were telling Mano's business, or, well, what got out, but her spam ended up getting leaked, because it's like she's friends with Harry, and I think Harry was just trying to prove it, and people were mad at Harry, but I'm like, he really didn't do anything. Like, I think what he said was like he saw Minoa at Coachella and she seemed or looked sad and stuff, and people have like, and then he like showed pictures to prove that it's like, hey, I'm friends with Megan, so I'm not like just talking out, my butt and stuff. And like they ended up unfollowing him, and I'm like, why would you unfollow him? He didn't say anything that was like technically wrong or messy. Like, all he did is mention a note, and it's kind of was like, okay, what was the reason? Like, why would you unfollow him? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's one of those type of things where I feel like Megan and Laura is really trying to fit into the LA scenes with these influencers, and I'm like, bro, these influencers are not in LA, are not like people you want to be friends with. You really can't trust them because they're all about clout. They're all about like, the scoop, it's the type of stuff. So it's one of those type of things where it's like you shouldn't be telling people's business, whether they told him or not. It's just one of those type of things. Why would you unfollow him? Like, he didn't really say anything crazy. Like, the podcast really didn't leak anything to really, like, inform us or update us. But then, like, not too long ago, what I read online or I saw on TikTok is that some type of French influencer, I forgot his name, it starts with an A, that came out and was saying basically like, this is the reason why Mano is like on hiatus or not leaving. Like, she doesn't get paid a lot, or her skin color and her hair is a problem. And like, to be honest, I feel like we always knew that Hive and Geffen treat Mano different, and we could assume because she's the black member and stuff like that, which, black members, if we go back in time, this has been a repeat, always get treated differently than the other members. Like, it's nothing new. Like, look at like Little Mix, Fifth Harmony. Every time we look at a group, I think even Spice Girl, we look at a group, the black member is always the member that goes through the hardest, has to work more, 1,000 times more than their other peers, gets put in the back, get covered up, or don't get a lot of lyrics. It's just so much that they go through that's the topic for another time. Like, I could do a whole deep dive talking about that, to be honest. So it's like when we saw in debut that Mano was getting covered up, like, the formation made no sense. Why are you covering up a member? You literally have 6 members. You could do a formation where everybody is being shown. I've seen groups with more members that get spotlight all the members without covering anybody up. Like, it wasn't necessary. It was just giving, oh, let's cover up the black member. That's what it was giving, whether they intend to or not. But like I said, the industry has always been very wrong towards people of a darkened complexion or people that's black. So, not surprised. So it's one of those type of things where it's like, him saying that, do I believe him? I don't even know who that is, to be honest, but I heard that, I just read into it, but I was like, so it's like, to be honest, when he said that, I was like, that's really nothing new. Like, we could probably speculate that that's what's happening based on, the history of her being left out of stuff, having stuff filmed, being covered up. Like, we can kind of speculate that her skin color probably has something to do with it. It's one of those type of things where it's like, it's not really shocking. But yeah, I think that's what I wanted to say on that. Like, I really do hope Mano really finds peace. It looks like she's living her best life, to be honest. Like, I saw her do an F1 shoot, I think with a brand. I don't remember the brand, or I don't know if it was like Ralph Lauren or something like that, but she did an F1. Also, like, she was like seen wearing like brand deals. Like, I feel like she'll be fine. If she isn't in Katseye, I just feel like I wish they'll say something about it, because I feel like they're waiting way too long. Like, I feel like hopefully we hear something by the summer. Like, I honestly thought after Coachella we were gonna hear like, oh, just an update on her situation. But maybe after they do their next EP or release their next song, which is, I believe, coming out in August, around August. But honestly, I want to hear something, earlier, because dragging this whole situation out, like, tell us if she's a part of the group still or not. Like, at this point, but she's doing a lot of solo deals to kind of make me think, is she not a part of the group? She took Katseye out of her bio, so I'm like, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if she's not coming back, but then at the same time, it's like, I don't know. And like I said, it's one of those type of things where it's like people isn't falling for this sisterhood that Katseye is so-called promoting, because it's like a sisterhood we're not gonna leave out. Well, in my opinion, a sisterhood I wouldn't leave out anybody, or be like, oh, I can't speak on this person because of this. Like, I would still be showing support. So it's like a lot of people are questioning their bond, which, I mean, I'm not surprised, but it's one of those type of things where my question is Katseye gonna be around for a long time or not? Or is it one of those type of things where Katseye was only supposed to be a short group where they're gonna fall apart before they reach their max? Because it's one of those type of things where the route they're going with their music, I feel like really might be a downfall in the way they're pushing out Mano, second downfall. And it's just like all this constant drama around them versus being in that studio trying to release music that Girl Set is releasing now. So it's one of those type of things where it's like it's so much more they could be doing to like really try to stay around for a long time, because Katseye is pretty like popular. So it's like I don't get why they wouldn't give them good songs. It makes no sense to be doing all this rage baiting music, this experimental music that don't make sense, because I feel like they're trying to push Katseye to be this so-called unique group where they're trying too hard to be unique, when it's like it should come natural. Like, the girls are talent, they have talent. So it's like there's no reason like for you not to give them good songs. Like, it makes no sense. Like, that's why I'm just like, is Hybe and Geffen really against them? Because like, why are you giving them teeny bopper ABC music songs that don't make sense, like a bag of Takis, I'm the internet girl? It doesn't make sense. But that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today when it comes to Katseye. I really do want them to do better, because I really do like Katseye. Like, I really do have high hopes for them. I had high hope for them. I just want to go back to having that and seeing songs where it's like, okay, we're seeing improvement, or okay, this is very serious type of thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So thank you for tuning in to my channel. If you like what I said, or if you have any suggestions, I do want to hear what y'all think in the comments, though, because it's like I always want somebody to talk to about this. So thank you for tuning in. Bye.